Hey everybody, welcome back to Breaking Barriers with the Barkers. It's Austin and Danielle, and we're heading to Hot Springs. Danielle's going to fill you in on the details.
So this is officially our first travel vlog, whoop whoop, and we are going to be going to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it is about 2.5 hours away from where we live in Arkansas. We're going to be staying in a resort, hopefully do some fishing, maybe some swimming, not really sure, but we're wanting to take you guys along and show you our favorite restaurants and just our favorite places in general in Hot Springs.
I love Hot Springs. There's so much to do. There's so much historic stuff to look at too. And it has such a rich history. From Gangster, the national park, that's also there. Guys, we finally made it to Hot Springs. Masks off.
So Hot Springs was first explored in the mid-1500s from the French and Spanish explorers. And actually, the famous Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto was the first European to set foot here in Arkansas in 1541.
Alright guys, here behind me is a hot springs that's flowing out of the mountain. It actually flows 1 million gallons in one day, and it actually has the temperature on average of 143 degrees. But down in the town square here in Hot Springs, you can actually go and fill up your bottle and get that water and take it with you. And a lot of people believe that the hot spring water has plenty of minerals and just, you know, a spirit to it that help to take care of any ailments that we might have.
So this is actually our first trip being out and about on vacation, if you will, since all the quarantine had began. So I already had social anxiety before everything started, and this has just amplified it a whole lot. So this trail is a great way for you to still be able to get from one end of the Bathhouse Row to the other and still get to where you need to be, but without being around all the people. Now you will see us throughout the video have our masks on and our masks off. Pretty much if we are by a lot of people, masks on. If we are in the open air away from other people, then masks off. 3, 2, 1, go. Parkour.
This is the Grandeur Arlington Hotel.
So after Owney arrived in 1935, a lot of other gangsters followed his example and saw that Hot Springs was the perfect place to hide out from the law, because Hot Springs was just turning a blind eye to all of the criminal things at that time. So a lot of gangsters would come here to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and them and their bodyguards would end up having to rent out an entire floor of the hotel. And right now we are in the basement of the Arlington Hotel that you can still stay at today. And Al Capone himself, along with many other infamous gangsters, were here, and Al Capone maintained and rented out Suite 443.
So guys, this right here is the medical building. It was built in the 1930s, and it was the tallest building in Arkansas until the 1960s. Alright guys, so we just got done doing about 3 hours of shooting in Hot Springs, and now we're actually going to check into the resort. They have a check-in at 5 at Hot Springs Village, which is actually a separate community. It's a private community outside of Hot Springs, about 30 minutes away, and that's where we're going to right now. Don't get confused, because we did our first time coming in and we just basically blew right past the guard in the guard shack. Ready?
Okay, and we're back with day 2 of downtown Hot Springs. Like we said before, we are staying in Hot Springs Village, so it's about a 30-minute drive away from it. But this is where all the fun is, so let's go back.
So here in front of the free parking down in Hot Springs, there is this really cool fountain that just kind of runs down. Yeah,
And
you can
at
see.
night, it has lights where the lights.
Right, and you can see here that it's like people have thrown their change in, and I guess they made wishes. Hi guys, we're standing here in front of the Ohio Club, which started in 1905. In the early 1800s to 1900s, Hot Springs was a really hot spot for gangsters and different gamblers. And it was actually a site that was visited by Capone and Owney Madden. And it's still a bar that's open that you can still come and visit today. It's closed as of right now due to COVID, but they actually make a beer here that is named after this time period called Madden No. 1. We've had it before, it's great, so we suggest you come down and try it out. Cool marketplace outside of the Hot Springs Hotel. early checkout this morning from the resort. It's time to get some gas, some essentials, and now we're gonna be back on the road to head home to our old paradise.
And welcome back to Breaking Carrot. I thought about when I first said hey everyone, I thought of Carol Baskin. I was like, hey all you cool cats and kittens.
And it's a naturally occurring spring. What's the other one?
That's where Hot Springs gets its name.
So this is where Hot Springs actually gets its name.
Many